Here we go again with another story on Instant KISSE. Today's prompt word is coffee, suggested by Neena Kamal. But before we get to the story, one important clarification. Once again, I want to reiterate that these stories are flights of fancy, fictional, man ghadant. They are not based on my life, and unless otherwise specified, they are not inspired from things that are happening in my life. Reason I'm saying this is because after listening to this story, some of you might have questions like, Are, yesterday he was talking about a wife and a 9-year-old kid. Suddenly now he's a single. That's right, this story is about singles and the sad state that they're in. सोचो, कहाँ गए वो ऐश के दिन where singles were swiping right and then, going out with somebody for lunch, somebody for dinner, and then maybe the same somebody for breakfast or a different one. सब खत्म हो गया. But I've heard of a new innovation, virtual dates. There are people who are now doing sangria over Skype. So I said, chalo, मैं भी try कर लेता हूँ. Let's do a coffee date. Fortunately, I found someone who was completely amenable to the same. And then we went out. We didn't go out. She was at her house, I was in my house, but we began the date. Appointed time, laptops, iPads ready, coffee by the side. We were smiling at each other and were all set to do cheers with the coffee when suddenly she got a message. Her whole mood changed. She was like, I'm so sorry. Mera bhaji wala aa gaya. And he only comes at this one point of time and he said he'll come 1 hour later, but I'm like, okay, no worries. Go get your vegetables. We all need to eat. She said, sorry, but it'll just take 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, sure. She went. I waited. Of course, it wasn't 10 minutes. It was more like 19 minutes. And 18 of those 19 minutes, I had company. Not the lady, of course, she had gone to the bhaji wala, but her Alsatian, who decided that he would continue the chat with me. Chat kya? It was more like a gali fight. Because all this dog was doing was barking at me for 18 minutes because obviously he didn't like me. Ab 10 minutes tak maine bhi sign kar liya. Then I got irritated. Now obviously I didn't bark back. And I said, okay, I'll teach you a lesson, you dog. So I pulled a packet of biscuits and started eating it. Of course, he got jealous and hungry and got even more angry. Then I also got chad out. I started waving the biscuit in front of the screen. That dog got so incensed, he jumped at the screen, knocked it down. Just at the time when the lady came back. I, of course, had to cover my tracks, so I quickly scoffed all the biscuits so there was no evidence. And I enjoyed the sight of the dog being scolded soundly. हाँ भाई, हम भी थोड़े sadistic हैं. मुझे क्या पता था that कुत्ते की बददुआ मुझे लगने वाली थी. Because once the dog had been locked up and the woman came back to the date, she sat in front of me and I started to speak and I coughed. Ab kya hua? To cover up the evidence, I'd eaten a biscuit so quickly that some crumb of biscuit must have gotten stuck in my throat. And today, coughing is the worst thing you can do. It's like a shortcut to social ostracism. And this woman was looking at me horrified. मेरे मन में flashback आया. I remembered the time when I was 7 years old. I was playing cricket with building friends and I peed in my pants. The disgust I saw in all my friends' eyes that day was very similar to the disgust I saw in this lady's eyes. I quickly tried to clarify because I remember thinking then that I will never have friends to play with again. And right now I was thinking I will never go on a date again. So I clarified. I started telling her, no, I do not have the coronavirus. I have never been to China. I don't speak Chinese. मतलब I don't even like Chinese food. और मेरा तो phone भी Chinese नहीं है. Which of course is a lie. All our phones are made in China. But just when I was trying to convince her and she was starting to get convinced, मेरी घंटी बजी. मतलब मेरी नहीं, दरवाजे की घंटी बजी. Now I didn't want to give this lady a chance to get away. So I took the iPad with me. Biggest mistake. Because at the door, guess who'd come? BMC on a surprise check. And they started explaining how they were doing this surprise check to check for corona infection, seeing if anybody had traveled abroad. 3 words. BMC, corona, check. The lady had gone. And not only had she cut the conversation, she had unmatched me. Or I think she reported me also because now even my account has been deactivated. Listen. If any of you single women out there are looking for dates, I swear I'm not corona infected and I'm actually good at making conversation. Not working, is it? Maybe I should have gotten a dog. Hope you liked this story. If you did, please do share. Tell your friends about this. All these stories are up on Instagram, IGTV, as part of a series called Instant KISSE. And if you'd like to follow me for more stories, I'm on Instagram as ANAND SIVAKUMARAN Storyteller, on Facebook as ANAND SIVAKUMARAN. Please do follow, please do share my stories, and yes, do contribute your words on which I can base my next story, and I promise the story will be dedicated to you. Till next time, sunshine in your day.